not an easy feat in this world today. Stephen has been known to be collaborative in nature. He is an inclusive manager, from what I hear from his colleagues at the EPA, and today he's going to give us some big picture information that we can all use. We are delighted to have with us Stephen Perkins.
Thank you, Helen. Good morning, everybody. It's a real pleasure to be here. It's great to be in a room full of leaders this early in the morning. And I'm glad to be here to share some of my thoughts about energy, how it connects with the environment, and also links to the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act. I do want to acknowledge my friend and EPA colleague Lois Adams, class of 2009, here today, and also colleagues Shubha Gambly and Katie Connors are here and will be participating in the table conversations. This is certainly a really exciting time to be at the EPA and to be working in the environment. Never before has a president put energy, the environment, and climate also prominently on the administration's agenda. I've been working in the environmental field for 30 years, and I can honestly say that I've always been excited by my work, but I can tell you also there's just a little bit of additional spring in my step as I walked from the train to the office recently, and it's great to have. I'd like to cover two things this morning, relatively briefly. I want to tell you about EPA's energy work and how you can put it to work in your businesses, in your towns, in your homes. And I also want to talk about EPA's links to the Recovery Act, how that is being put to work in the cities and towns in the Commonwealth, and to make some connections to the energy portion of the Stimulus Act as well. I want to take a moment, though, to make a mention of EPA's new leader, Lisa Jackson. President Obama has chosen a talented, smart, and very brave new woman to be the new EPA administrator. She has experience in leadership and in operational positions that are really critical to being a successful leader at EPA. She's a former state commissioner in New Jersey, and she also worked at EPA in Washington and in one of our regional offices for years. She is very comfortable in her new role within EPA. I've never seen anybody sort of hit the ground running the way Lisa Jackson did. And she likes to say, EPA is back on the job. The lift in energy within the agency among its employees, the morale lift, is really palpable. As the first African-American administrator for the agency, as a mother and also the daughter of a displaced victim of Hurricane Katrina, Lisa Jackson also brings a bunch of important perspectives to the work at EPA and to all the conversations that we have about the environmental challenges that we face. We have a lot to look forward to. So let me now turn to the energy and the environment. For the last 8 years, EPA New England has focused on energy consumption, on reducing energy consumption in the region as the best way that we could contribute to reducing greenhouse gas pollution and other conventional pollutants like ozone, smog, and fine particulate matter at a time when the administration wasn't friendly to using the words climate change. We've been very active in promoting energy efficiency, and I want to talk about four among many programs that we have. The first has been our work promoting Energy Star, both products and tools. I trust that everybody here in the room has heard of the Energy Star label, and that you look for that label when you purchase any kind of appliance or other electrical device. When you do, you save money, you save energy, and less pollution is generated. But how many of you know about Energy Star benchmarking tools? Any show of hands? It's great to see some. That's terrific. These tools let business owners know how their business energy use compares to similar types of buildings across the country. Not surprisingly, if you get a low percentile score, you're looking at a competitive disadvantage right in the face, and you begin to see the tremendous opportunities that you have to save energy and save money. Our EPA team has benchmarked more than 5,000 buildings in New England over the last 5 years. If you enter a building that proudly displays an Energy Star plaque on the outside, you know that you're entering a building that ranks in the top 20% in its category across the country in energy use. I encourage you to find out if the building that you work in is an Energy Star building, if it's been benchmarked, and if it hasn't, to talk to the building owner or the building manager and get them to contact the EPA to find out about Energy Star benchmarking. The second program I want to mention briefly is our Community Energy Challenge, and there'll be a table talk about that later on. EPA New England has challenged every city and town within the region to commit to energy efficiency by signing up to benchmark town buildings, schools, wastewater treatment facilities, and the like, to set a target to reduce energy by 10% or more, and to promote energy efficiency and renewable energy within their community. In return for signing up, EPA provides training and technical assistance. So far, 135 communities, which represent 40% of New England's population, have taken the challenge. 54 of them are in Massachusetts. I must say that Marlborough is pretty lonely out here in Metro West as the only Energy Star community. They need company and some friendly local competition. If you don't live in Marlborough, here's one way you can start to exert personal leadership to make a difference today, even if you're not at Table 10 later today. Learn more about the Energy Star Challenge, the Community Energy Challenge. Shubha Campbell from our energy team, who's back there at Table 10, will be helping lend her expertise to that conversation. But even if you're not at Table 10, learn more about the challenge and then use your knowledge to contact your town's elected officials and pique their curiosity. Get them interested enough to call EPA and take the steps to signing up for the challenge. And I hope in a month or two, when I go to look at the map of where the Energy Challenge communities are on our website, that there'll be many more little bright spots out here in Metro West. The third area that we've been working on is with drinking and wastewater treatment facilities. These facilities, which treat our drinking water, move water around town, and then cleanse our drinking water, use a tremendous amount of energy in the process. Pumping all that water around town is really expensive. Most of the treatment technologies are pretty energy intensive as well. If you have one of these facilities in town, you should not be surprised to find that it might account for a quarter or a third of your town's energy bill. And we've taken a three-pronged approach in working with these facilities. First off, we have piloted the use of an Energy Star benchmarking tool that's specifically designed for these facilities. And in less than a year, we have benchmarked more than 50 facilities, putting many of them on the road to significant energy savings. EPA also developed an energy management system toolbox guidebook. Headquarters developed it, working with us as a pilot region. We are the first to begin to train people and move this tool out. It provides operators of these systems with a systematic approach to identifying opportunities to save energy, making those changes, and then tracking that performance. Finally, we are working with facilities to encourage the use of renewables where those opportunities present themselves. Many of these facilities have roofs that can support solar PV panels to generate electricity. Others have processes that generate gases that can be combusted to provide steam or electricity. And other sites like the MWRA's facility in Deer Island are perfectly suited for wind turbines to generate some electricity. The fourth and final energy program I want to mention combines the lean manufacturing process with energy efficiency. Some of you may know the lean process has been widely used in the industry to streamline processes and reduce waste in the manufacturing world. The Department of Commerce has a program known as Manufacturing Extension Partnerships in each of the states, and they are very much akin to the Department of Agriculture's Agricultural Extension Services. These manufacturing extension partnerships provide lean training and tools at low or no cost to small businesses that can't afford expensive consultants. EPA has begun work with the manufacturing extension partnerships to help them build energy efficiency into the lean training that they provide. And we have recently provided funding for a pilot program with Maine, Massachusetts, and New Hampshire partnerships to work with 6 small businesses to help them both lean their processes and look for energy savings. I'm happy to say that one of the first facilities in the pilot, a company known as CIL in Lawrence, found $1 million in energy use reductions in their time in this program. We are very excited by the promise that this holds. I'd like to now shift to the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act, the so-called stimulus bill. This is a one-time opportunity that's channeling money into 6 well-established and highly valued EPA programs. It has challenged and reinvigorated our staff. It's been a lot of work, but it's work well taken. EPA